Hi, Alex. Good to see you. Great. We've signed our partnership, which is very exciting with Insurindex and Slipcase. One of the things I love, just one thing I want to touch on, we'll obviously be doing more on this, is how you use data and the client reports you do and the stuff we've done around the people things. Do you want to just talk a bit about that, tell us how that's working and what things we're doing and what we might do together?
Yeah, I think most of the income that we've generated in the last sort of 5 years has been reinvested into the reporting side of our platform. I think we identified pretty early on that clients that we were introducing to use our system to distribute their brand and their content across the market wanted the distribution, but they also really wanted the insights on how well they're actually then performing afterwards. So we've got to the stage now, without going into too much detail, where we can provide tailored reports per client, dependent on what their strategic priorities are as a business. And that's very exciting. That's meant that every client that we work with is getting something different from us, and we can pull insights and data from our system in a very flexible way in that respect.
Yeah, and that's, something we've talked about, isn't it? Which is that we can start to come together and kind of triangulate this information for clients, because we're saying exactly the same thing in our business, which is this need for measurement of impact. And I think that is really going to define the next sort of 5 or 6 years really in the industry. And it's about professionalization, I think, of marketing and using content. So that's pretty exciting.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think I completely agree. There's definitely this sort of evolution. There's a lot more sophistication now from marketers across the insurance and reinsurance world. And what you guys are doing on the data side is a very clear link with where we're slotted into the insurance and reinsurance world. So we're really excited to do more with you guys and to see where that partnership goes.
Great. Thanks very much, Alex.
Pleasure. Thank you. Well, thank you very much for having us. So Slipcase is a central content platform for the global insurance and reinsurance market. And that's really from two perspectives. There's a user side and there's an organizational side. So we work with underwriters, brokers, risk managers around the world who come to our platform, pick and choose all the areas of the industry that's relevant to them. And we then feed through information on a day-to-day basis that's relevant to what they focus on. And on the flip side, with organizations, we work with a lot of the major global carriers, brokers, service providers to very clearly represent their brand, to showcase their expertise. And then every time they produce content, whether it's a white paper, a blog, a bit of thought leadership, or coverage in a third-party publication, we enable them to push that to relevant audiences around the world and then very clearly measure the traction that they receive. So we had a very exciting year last year. We grew the team, which is fantastic, but also we grew our sort of underlying numbers quite significantly. So really for next year, for 2024, we want to build on what we've done in the last 18 months or so. And a big focus around that is the US market. So we are out in the US now every month. We're part of a US-UK government-sponsored accelerator scheme, which is really helping us get in front of the right companies across the US market. And we've got very big ambitions there to keep scaling. I think alongside that, we want to keep improving the platform. We've got some very exciting tech enhancements to the platform that we're going to be pushing out in the coming months and throughout this year, making sure clients are happy, but also making sure we continue to grow that distribution and continue to grow those developments on the actual tech itself.
Data is core to our offering, and this takes twofold. This is both internally and externally. So perhaps if I start with internally, the first part is we need to continuously improve the product, and we're leveraging the data and analytics we have from the users that are engaging with the platform to learn about behaviors of how our users are utilizing the platform to ensure that we've got this continued growth in the user base. Externally, the content analytics part of our business has grown significantly. We're seeing a lot of interest from our clients for them to be able to better understand how they're utilizing their content. And also from a content analytics perspective, the reporting side, a lot of conversations we're having with our clients at the moment are certainly around what is the ROI of the content that we're producing? How well is it being perceived with brokers, with specific carriers? And we're enabling organizations to be able to track that fully through the reporting. And this is through specific measurements such as share of voice, audience engagement by geographical reach. All these factors are important for our clients to know as they report on their marketing strategies.